down. This is vitally important. What people do is what people do. You see, if you think about anybody that you pick somebody you know, and think about an idiosyncrasy, something about them. So I'll pick me because that's easy. My wife sends a list to people when we're going to their house for dinner. And these are what she calls my undesirable list, meaning things that I don't eat or would prefer not to eat. Now, you could say, that's Dov and that's his idiosyncrasy and that's, just his thing and it's what he doesn't eat, what he does, what he doesn't want. That is true. But now take that microcosm as a macrocosm and say, okay, how does this demonstrate who Dov is? Well, if I was finding that out about somebody else, if I was the person receiving that list would tell me a lot of things about this person coming in, that they had this undesirable list will tell me that this is probably a person who's got very strong boundaries. This is a person who knows what it is that they want. They don't flip-flop. They're very clear and focused on what their outcomes are, what it is that they're doing, what it is that takes it for them to have a good time so that they're not stressed about things. I would know that coming in if somebody had delivered that kind of information. It's a microcosm of the macrocosm of who I am and how I operate in my world. It is vital for you to understand, again, your organization is a living, breathing organism, but it's a symbiotic organism, meaning all the parts come together. And if you don't sort out who those people are coming in, when they come in, they can pollute your entire culture. And you know this as well as I do, that every employee that you've had problems with, that you personally hired, you had an intuition. You had something within you, some light went on, some bell went off, some feeling inside of you said this, something a bit off, but, and then you went with the but. I know I've done it myself. Invariably, I've done exactly the same thing and then gone, I just knew. We have to pay attention to this. This is what it means to be a chief relationship officer. We have to put relationship at the top of the list and understanding that we, no matter how, as I said before, no matter how complex and technical we seem to be, the touch point is people. Your organization is a reflection of the people at every possible level. You need to be a chief relationship officer. You have to create vast awareness of the people you work with. And remember that there is no one size fits all when it comes to people. There is simplicity and complexity in that you could put a simple label on it, as the example I gave, recognition, but the complexity is the nuance of delivery. You have to care enough about not only the potential employee or the employees that you have, but about your organization to be willing to find out those nuances, to find out the complexity of that person. When you do that, that's when you create fierce loyalty inside of your organization. If you're truly serious about embracing the kind of positive disruption that builds a culture that has fiercely loyal employees who not only lead, but become evangelical about your organization while generating 10x engagement and productivity, reach out to me. I want to thank you for joining us here on this episode. Until next time, stay curious, my friend. Stay curious.